Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a minute, been at the F the Dragon rally, and so now I'm back and I have a lot of catching up to do, so you're going to see quite a few videos in the coming days. I have like 7 or 8 to do here. 1747, VIN 1747. This is a 2016 083 ultra white with LA30 red interior, and it was for sale at Manheim in Minnesota at a dealer-only auction with 35,000 miles. It is since now listed publicly on Auto Trader and elsewhere, but at the Manheim auction, it sold for $56,800. Again, 35,000 miles. It was for sale by a credit union, and it was a repo. And so somebody didn't pay their note, and it went to auction. It is now for sale by a dealer called MTH St. Cloud in Minnesota, listed for $72,000. So, you know, they paid $56,800 plus fees. They got to make a little bit of money, and that is where it is currently listed, but you know what they paid for it, $56,800. Production statistics, 648 out of the 2,348 cars were 083 ultra white. 361 of those had LA30 red interior. That is the most common color combo, white with red. It's 15.37% of all of the US 49 production was this color combo, so it is definitely a 1 out of 10. For 2016, there were 372 out of the 1,418 cars were ultra white, and 214 had LA30 red interior. This car was built March of 2016. The in-service date was November 4th of 2016. It has options 2Q, which is the all-weather floor mats, G4, which is the lighted front door sills, Mark Levinson orange calipers, and package Z2, which is the trunk mat, the cargo net, wheel locks, things like that. Carfax, Epic VIN, and Auto Check. So my 2024 Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, 1 damage event to the left rear in 2017, so 9 years ago. It looks like it's a Minnesota car its whole life. 2026 Carfax also shows the same. So this is a 3-owner, 1 damage event to the left rear 9 years ago. And the 2026 Carfax also does show this as a repossession. As I said, it confirms that it's being sold by a credit union, and now the dealer that bought it is currently who's selling it here in August of 2026. Epic VIN shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. Auto Check shows this as a 3-owner, no accident Minnesota car. So I think this is a 3-owner, 1 damage event, repossessed car with a damage reported 9 years ago. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in Minnesota in April of 2019, $88,000. It was still for sale in September of 2016, and it finally sold in November of 2016, so about 7 months for sale, pretty typical when these cars were new. April of 2021 in Minnesota again with 22,000 miles for $54,000, and it looks, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it's lowered here, and it sold in about 1 day to the second owner, also in Minnesota. And then in July of 2023 in Minnesota, $56,000 with around 28,000 miles, and it sold in October of 2023, about 3 months later. And then it was repossessed by the bank on July 27th of 2026, and it was sent to auction, sold by the credit union to the dealer that bought it for $56,800 plus fees. So they're probably in at about $57,500 or $57,800, $9,000. Under $58,000 that they're in it. So now it is for sale here in August of 2026 by MTH St. Cloud with 35,000 miles for $72,000. So now to the photos. I'm always cautious about a repossessed car because if they couldn't afford the payment, they probably couldn't afford to maintain it or otherwise as well take care of it. So at the time of this filming, there are no current photos, but I would probably expect this dealer would get photos. However, I do have plenty from the auction, and they're, you know, typical auction quality where they'll show a few of the imperfections. And from what I can tell, it definitely needs brakes. It has lips on all the rotors, and it appears that it has the original tires. So I can see 2015 date codes on at least one of the tires. I would assume that's probably the case for the others, but I'm not sure. They are Pilot Super Sports, which that was most of those have been replaced with Pilot Sport Cup or Pilot Sport 4S's. So original brakes, original tires most likely, and by the previous owner who couldn't afford the car. So likely why the tires and brakes were not replaced. Maybe this dealer replaced those, so that would be something to look at once photos are available. They do disclose that it has a chip in the windshield, a chip in the paint on the roof, on the leading edge of the roof, and a few chips and scrapes on the front. Some damage on the driver's side lower rocker. And so there are a few cosmetic things, but that's typically stuff that is addressed by a dealer when they put it up for sale, especially if you're going to ask a premium like $72,000. So I would say if this car, once there's photos available, I would say it better have new brakes and new tires and some of this cosmetic stuff addressed. Otherwise, they're asking far too much. But at $56,800, they also bid quite a bit, but the market has been trending up pretty good. And so, you know, I'm not surprised to see the car listed where it's at because, again, you're not going to get these cars cheap anymore. The price keeps going up, especially for low mile examples such as this. But I would say overall, it looks like a great example. The auction photos even provide underneath. So I'm always concerned about a car that's been up north its whole life, but with low miles, you know, it was probably a summer car, a nice day car, and it's pretty evident. So the photos underneath, you can see there's not even any rust on the differential housing. So, I mean, it definitely does not look like it was winter driven. It looks like it was somebody's baby that was just driven on nice days. So it does look like it also has paint protection film on the front. And if that is original, which I believe it is, then you might want to look into replacing that as well, just because that kind of 7 to 10 years is about the maximum you want to see for PPF on paint. Otherwise, it will be a pain to remove. And so that would probably be something I would add to the list of things that this car would need. So now to the price. In this market, with this mileage, if it needed nothing, again, I'll reserve judgment until we see the photos, but it would likely be a $60,000 to $65,000 car, not a $72,000 car. But if somebody gets that, you know, the price is continuing to go up on these cars. So, you know, it's not too incredibly far off, but in my opinion, again, if it needed nothing, it's probably a little bit overpriced. And they bid a high bid on it. So, you know, they're in at $57,000, $58,000. But again, I would probably put it in the $60,000 to $65,000 range, not the $72,000 range. But I would put it at a minimum, this car needing brakes, tires, little cosmetic repair. The interior looks great. The fluids, a little bit of maintenance, things like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, everything in this car is 10 years old. I would probably look at this car around the upper 50s if they did nothing to it. And that would basically mean that where the dealer bid this car was full market retail at the time. Hopefully they did some of it. And I guess, again, I will reserve judgment until we see the final photos. So now to the service history. Again, repossessed car, couldn't afford the payment. So I'm not surprised to see that it has no service history since the previous owner acquired it in 2023. So it was well dealer serviced to a point, but again, it doesn't have a lot of miles either. So I don't expect to see a ton, but there is nothing since the previous owner acquired this car. So the first entry of note is October of 2016, paint protection film. They applied PPF when it was new. So this car has film on it that is almost 10 years old. 100%, I would look at getting that removed and replaced, even though it has appeared to do its job. It did not have PPF on the leading edge of the roof. So there is a chip there, but you know, that's something that's easily fixable. October of 2018, the JLB recall was done. That is the high pressure fuel pumps. Most of these cars have that done. And they recommended 2 rear tires, and they said they will do it in the spring. May of 2019, 15,000 miles, 2 rear tires. But again, remember, this car has 2015 date codes on the rear tires. So I don't know if maybe there was a second set of wheels and tires involved and that's what ended up on this car. But a little bit odd there that they should at least have like 2018, 2019 date codes, and they have 2015. And that's the last dealer service in 2019, so about 7 years ago. On the Carfax, there is 1 tire at 2,000 miles in December of 2016, an oil change in 2021 at 22,000 miles, 2 tires again in May of 2021 at 23,000 miles. Again, doesn't match up the fact that we're seeing 2015 date codes. And that's basically it. So again, I think there may have been a second set of wheels and tires, which is, you know, pretty common that you see on cars in the north where you have a winter set and a summer set. But this car definitely doesn't look like it was winter driven, but it appears that maybe something like that happened, or it had a set of aftermarket wheels, something like that. So what's not done? Basically everything. So all of the customer service program, the low pressure fuel pump reprogramming, the KLG, which is the GPS, the ZLZ, which is the sticky dash, that is covered until 10 years from the end service date, which is November of 2016. So you have a little bit of time if the dash needs to be replaced, but HVAC servo sweep, the valley plate, and I would probably look at doing fluids just because everything in that car is 10 years old. So transmission fluid, TVD, maybe even the coolant, of course, an oil change. Look at the rubber parts like the drive belt, the hoses, things like that. This car's done a lot of sitting, having only 35,000 miles. But I would say overall, you just need to budget for doing some of that. So that brings me to, would I buy this car? I think if it was significantly cheaper, it still would probably be a solid buy. You would just have to put some money into it to bring it up to snuff, unless this dealer has done some of that. And so that would be something you need to ask the dealer if you want to inquire about this car. At their asking price of $72,000, even if it had new brakes and tires, the other cosmetic stuff can be addressed, but it still feels to me like it's just slightly expensive. If they did address everything, then maybe we're getting close to the ballpark of where this car should be price-wise. But I think at 72, it feels to me a little bit overpriced. Now, if they did nothing, I would be in the upper 50s. That's probably where I would try to get it. Obviously, we know what they paid for it, so they're not going to sell it at that. So this car is going to sell somewhere in the 60s, I would likely expect, depending on, again, what they did. So hopefully when photos are up, we will see, and we can make a further decision from there. But this has been 1747. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.